it's Sylvia Michetti. It's lovely to have you here again on Luminosity TV. Welcome to the concluding part of last week's discussion on the future of our kids. As you may have noticed from my videos, all I can share is my life lessons and experiences and the little knowledge that I have gathered on my journey on this earth plane and several journeys before this one. As a mother of two young girls, all I ever think about is how best to guide them to grow up to be good human beings, happy and fulfilled on their journey. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that it has absolutely nothing to do with their career choices, but instead what they can give of themselves to the world with the abilities and gifts that they've been blessed with. When I think of the dynamics between children and their parents, what comes to my mind is always a caterpillar turned butterfly. I believe that the children entrusted to us are like little caterpillars in the garden of life, and we as their trusted butterflies have the responsibility of helping and guiding them so that they may one day grow their wings and turn into beautiful butterflies that will become useful human beings to the world. Obviously, as their butterflies, we're expected to be knowing ones, older and wiser. But unfortunately, many parents are still trying to discover themselves and haven't quite worked that out yet. And you find them imposing their lives on their children. For most parents who are standing consciously, you already know that each of us have our own unique color, tone, and vitality that we bring to this garden of life. And it's the same with our little caterpillars who have their own inner gifts and qualities. And so we must look at each child as a unique spiritual being, different from others and different from the way that we are. And yet, something binds us together with them for life. And oftentimes, it's only threads of faith that links us with our children and that homogeneity that attracts them to us. But in spite of this, these fantastic little creatures have already been equipped with all that they're going to need to travel through these planes. And this travel will sometimes make them shy, curious, or adventurous little passengers, sometimes less confident passengers, or even scared little passengers. But we must remember to let them be passengers traveling on the road that's destined for them. The easiest way to start should have been a good introduction to nature, to animals and plants, to help awaken their curiosity by gradually sensing and exploring their surroundings. But no, we had to get the mathematics and sciences in and send them to school very quickly at age 5. And yet they don't know where potatoes come from, or what fruits grow on trees, or what's going to happen to them when they die. They're like those chickens sold in the shops today. They stand in one place in a cage from birth till death. They are often well fed and very fat, but very, very tasteless because they've experienced nothing standing in a cage. But when you think of the chicken that is free range, that has been allowed to explore and roam around without being stifled, in Nigeria we call them old layers, and boy, they've seen it all. They're the tastiest chicken you'll ever have. So let your children go and experience so that they can taste the goodness the world has got to offer. Oftentimes, we want to impose on them to be as materially successful as possible for our own selfish desires and the need to convince ourselves that all of our efforts did not go to waste. But the universe always seeks to teach them something, and we can't be the stumbling block that stands in the way of those vital lessons that they need to learn. Today, there's the mad rush of the external world that's coming at them and all that temptation that it has to offer. So it's crucial to gradually help them realize that the journey is inward and to begin to care for not just their body, but their spirit. We live in a world where mental illness is the order of the day. because there is that imbalance between mind, body, and spirit. And the pursuit of happiness is coming from all the wrong places. The body which has been given to them is to be able to animate their spirit. It must be cared for to find a healthy and harmonious balance between the body and the spirit. In the near future, intellectual knowledge alone and everything they've learned at school is not going to be enough to measure their success. Artificial intelligence will do most of the things that your children are studying right now. The IQ levels of each child will be unnecessary because AI will probably know more about X equals Y than your children ever will. But the one thing that artificial intelligence won't have is a spirit that radiates inner warmth, an energy that has vibrations of love, empathy, and kindness towards others. That is how your children become valuable assets to the world. Not just by competing for AI jobs, but by being well-rounded and grounded. Can they show kindness and see the value of treating others fairly? Are they creating and improving, or are they tearing down and destroying? How do they see the world? Is it a jungle in their eyes, or is it a peaceful garden? Can they promote a peaceful environment? Do you promote a peaceful environment that they can look up to? Do they see a competition, or do they see a cooperation with other human beings? And will they respect all living beings regardless of race, of color, or nationality? And above all, do they know their Creator and how best to serve Him? And what does that mean for them? The future is artificial intelligence, they keep saying. But I believe that a better future is raising useful human entities who are conscious of who they are as spiritual beings, who have deep inner feelings of love, of compassion and empathy, who will work side by side with nature and all living things, and above all respect the planet that's entrusted to them, and who believe and worship their Creator as a way of life, fulfilling their purpose as true human beings. Now that is by far better than any invention, any trips to Mars, any science fiction, or any smart technology. Because like it or not, no AI can replace those kind of human beings. So the question you must ask yourself, are your kids all right? Or has artificial intelligence got one up on them? Until next time on Luminosity TV, take good care of yourself and the kids. Bye-bye for now.